Now let me introduce long division of polynomials. And I'll start with an easy example. We have x squared minus 6x plus 8, and we're dividing that by x minus 2. In this case, this element right here is the dividend. The x minus 2 is the divisor. And the way we're going to get started is by writing the dividend right here, putting this nice fancy division signal over it, and many people actually think that it's like the square root, but it isn't. This is just sort of like a little arc, and the divisor goes right there. So the first step in long division will be to divide the first element of the dividend by the first element of the divisor. And the quotient's going to go up here, by the way, in this area. So x squared divided by x is just x. Then once we have the first element, we're going to multiply it by every element in the divisor. So x times x is x squared, and x times minus 2 is minus 2x. Then we shall subtract both these elements from the top. So x squared minus x squared is 0. And negative 6x minus negative 2x is negative 4x. And why is that? Because we have negative 6 minus a negative makes a plus. So negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Then at this point, I can bring down the 8. Now I can divide the negative 4x by x. So this is the next step. We take this first element again, and we divide it by the first term of the divisor. So negative 4x divided by x is just negative 4. And this will be our quotient, by the way, of course. Quotient. And what do we do next? We multiply the last term by x. So we get negative 4x. And we multiply negative 4 by negative 2. And we get 8. Okay, then we can subtract negative 4x minus negative 4x is just 0. And 8 minus 8 is also 0. In this case, we sort of lucked out with a remainder of 0. And that's it. We're done long division. Of course, we're going to also have dividends that are cubed, maybe to the power of 4. Can go as high as we want. And of course, it's going to, the division statement or the division, long division is going to be a lot longer if we have more terms over here. Now I'm just going to teach you the division statement. There are a couple ways to show it. The first one would be to have the dividend, which I'm going to call p of x, equal to the divisor, which is d of x, times the quotient, which I'll call q of x, plus the remainder. If you're not used to functions, don't worry so much about the x's. But if you do, if you are familiar with functions, then I guess that's no problem. Another way of showing the division statement would be to say p of x divided by d of x. So in other words, the dividend over the divisor will be equal to the quotient plus the remainder divided by the divisor. So these show the same thing essentially. And I'm just going to write the division statement for this particular case just up top here. So we have the dividend x squared minus 6x plus 8, and that's equal to the divisor of x minus 2 multiplied by the quotient x minus 4 plus the remainder, in this case just 0. So I guess we didn't even really need to write that. So, okay, now I suggest that you scroll down, try some long division questions. I think that's fundamental, very important to practice long division. And click on the questions to watch explanation videos, to check your answers or learn how to do them. So good luck.